Welcome back from the break. We are joined by Dean Doty, the CEO of Gulfport Behavioral Health. So as school is, starting for some schools and other school districts will be starting in the near future, Dean is here to share some tips on child health concerns and mental health. So, what can parents kind of prepare their kids? What can they do to prepare their kids for the new school year?
Well, thank you for having me, Kristen.
Oh, thank you for being here.
One of the main things that parents can do is to work on their own self-care. If I'm the best version of me, then the best version of me is going to be there for my children, my family, my co-workers, employees. And so I think self-care is first and foremost. Like when we're on an airplane and they're talking about in case of an emergency, the oxygen mask, you put the oxygen mask on yourself first, and then your child, and so forth. And so I think that's a very good metaphor to think about. A couple of things that are very important, that have been very, very important in my own life, have been routine and schedules. Is having predictability throughout the day and throughout the week. Also, have the child get involved in helping with that schedule, so they can have some autonomy and they can have some feeling of power and control in that. And it's easy to say what we do as parents until we're actually parenting, and then all that gets thrown out. So I think it's another thing that's important is to take time, and almost what I like to say, kind of bookend, where you start the day in a very calm and certain manner, and you end the day in a very calm and certain manner.
Gotcha. So what about those stressors at school for kids? How do you discuss that with how should parents discuss that?
That's very, very, very difficult. Because children are often very ashamed, or they're afraid, and they don't feel that they can maybe talk to an adult. And if a parent can create a safe space for a child to share their feelings, share what's going on, without fear of reprisal or consequence or shame or blame or negativity, and so that they can feel that they have one person in their corner that is there for them no matter what they say or do.
Gotcha. And how can parents, if their child is struggling, how can they, maybe get in contact with you guys for help?
Sure. So it's important for parents to have a dialogue with their child early on. If a parent is struggling, creating that dialogue, I think that's a good time to bring in a therapist or another provider to help them to create some processes and ways to communicate. And if children or loved ones or anyone's in crisis, they can call 1-800-831-1700, or simply just stop in for a no-cost assessment and talk to a master's level clinician.
Gotcha. Any other tips to give parents and kids this upcoming school year?
Talk. Nothing's off limits. In my family, nothing. Be an invasive parent. Be an intrusive parent. If you see some signs of the child to withdraw or become irritable, that's when it's time to act. And that's your child.
Right.
That is your responsibility.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us. I really appreciate that.